welcome. You have tuned into Buy Now Sell Now on ET Now. I'm Shrishti Sharma, and with me as always is Cheryl D'Souza. And viewers, this is the show where you get answers for all your stock-related queries. But Cheryl, we are going to be partial again because we are celebrating the International Women's Day. So for today, once again, we will be addressing the queries of all our women investors.
Yes, exactly. But there's a caveat to that. A very good morning to you, Shrishti. And we will be addressing all the women-related query or other women investor queries for the first 30 minutes of the show. So in case you've tuned in, the time starts now. Please start writing to us so that we can take your query on this special edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. But let's take a look at what the markets are doing at this point in time. We did scale 22,500 mark on the Nifty for the first time ever in today's trading session. We hit a fresh record high level. From there on, we've given up some of those gains. Right now, as you can see it on your screen, we are seeing a mild downtick actually coming in for the benchmark indices, but we are trying to recover from the day's lowest point when you look at the benchmark indices. Let's take a look at what Nifty Bank is doing, because remember, yesterday Nifty Bank was in a different league altogether. While the rest of the markets was pretty weak, it was Nifty Bank that was leading from the front, and then you saw the rest of the markets as well recover in trade. So talking about Nifty Bank, it's seeing a downtick of about 0.3% as of now, but the advanced decline ratio is very much tilted in the favor of the gainers as of now. Talking about the list of gainers, then it is the steel companies that are back to their winning ways. So you have JSW Steel, Tata Steel among the top gainers on the Nifty, with Bajaj Auto, UPL and Bajaj Finance also leading from the front. While on the flip side is M&M, that is subdued in trade today, 3.9% downtick coming in for M&M. Remember, you saw that block deal also take place in Mahindra & Mahindra, so that's one of the reasons why the stock is subdued in trade. BPCL, SBI Life, Axis Bank, ICICI Bank are the other set of losers in trade today. Talking about the sectoral indices, then what they're doing right now, and it's the oil and gas and metals that are taking it a bit easy, but so I beg your pardon, it's oil and gas and autos that are taking it a bit easy, while metals is gaining in trade, IT is holding on to strong gains, and the broader markets are outperforming the benchmark indices. So that's the way how the markets are looking like at this point in time, Shrishti.
All right, but with this, let's move on and let's connect with our experts then and try to actually get all the women investors related queries answered by our experts. And today we have our guest wherein Kush Bora is joining us on the technical side, as well as Vivek Karwa is joining us on the fundamental front. A very good morning to both of you. Taking the first query then that we have from one of our viewers, and this one is coming in from Reena Thomas, and she's writing to us from Kerala. So Vivek, this one is for you. She's holding 50 shares of Rolex Rings. The buy price is 2,458 rupees. Please suggest, should she keep holding this one or book loss at this point in time?
Good morning, everyone, and in advance, happy Women's Day. And in fact, even I'll be addressing a women's college tomorrow, and I hope I end up creating a lot of women investors for future. So, see, first of all, the company is fundamentally very strong. It had run up a lot, the valuations got overstretched, and hence the correction came in. But after this correction, I think the company is debt-free. The valuation doesn't look costly today's date. And it's no point selling it anyway now. So hold it on. You may get your price. It might take little bit of time, maybe 9 months, 12 months, but the stock looks quite good right now. So you should hold it on.
All right, let me move on to the next query that we have, and let me just actually bring that query on board for all of you all. Actually, Shrishti, I think there's some issue with my system. Maybe you can take the next query.
Well, yes, we have the next query coming in from Tripta, and what we are doing is that all these viewers have been writing to us for the past so many days, and we have asked for their pictures. So you can see Tripta on air as well, and Tripta wants an advice on Arman Financials. This, I believe, is a little low liquid counter. So Vivek, I'll once again coming to you, because this is not a trading bet, I believe, where her buying price is 2,300 rupees and she's currently at a loss. What to do in this one? Is this stock in your coverage?
I would suggest you to avoid such stocks. The company is good overall. Okay, I've been seeing this company past many years, and then it came. In fact, before IPO, also I was looking at this company. Uh, but the way fintechs, the way NBFC segment is under watch by RBI, and particularly the microfinance segment is still not giving that kind of say pickup which should actually be seen right now. So the valuation wise, the stock looks costly, and I think it could go down a little bit more. So please avoid. And when the liquidity comes, it's very difficult. If you have 1,000 shares, very difficult to sell them as well. So avoid would be my advice, and go for more liquid counters. Even like stocks like Poonawalla are more liquid and better managed, strong promoters. So that kind of stocks would at least keep you safe compared to this kind of companies.
All right, let me take this query coming in from Anagha, and also I'd like to take a query that's coming in from Nitya live right now. The reason why I'm clubbing both of them, because they have a similar stock. While Anagha's plate, as you can see it on your screen, she's writing to us from Thane, she's writing to us from Mumbai. She's professionally a mutual, or rather, AMFI registered mutual funds distributor, Kush, but she wants to know if it's the right time to enter Suzlon at this point in time. Also, is the right time to enter any of the hospital stocks? We've seen a sharp correction in all of them on news-based information. What's your take on that? We did discuss about hospitals at length as well on Buy Now, Sell Now. But what's your take on hospital space? Right time to enter? And if yes, which stock should she enter in the hospital space? Apart from that, let me take Nitya's query also, because Nitya has about 1,500 shares of Suzlon at 46 rupees per share. Should she average or hold on to it? So Suzlon, one of our viewer already is holding in the portfolio. The other one wants to know whether right now is the right time to buy.
So, Cheryl, first up, a very happy Women's Day to you, Srishti, all the viewers, and all the lovely women who make our lives that much more beautiful. So, a very happy Women's Day to you and everyone in advance. As far as Suzlon goes, well, the stock is taking a bit of a beating after hitting at 50 level and hasn't really formed a bottom yet. However, a strong support comes in at about 36 kind of levels. So, I'll wait for the stock to perhaps slide to those levels, arrest the fall, and show any kind of an rebound attempt before I get into a fresh position. So for someone who's looking to take a fresh position, my suggestion would be wait for the levels of 36. If the stock does hold, then we will consider a rebound trade on this one. For an existing investor, the suggestion would be to hold with a stop loss of 36 or maybe just under that. So that's on Suzlon. As far as hospital stocks go, I think the beating was a bit too much. A lot of them have started taking support over the last few sessions. The two picks that we have on the
Just a
hospital
second,
space.
actually, Kush, I'll just come back to you shortly because my colleagues to take your queries. And Kush, sorry, I interrupted you while you were talking about hospital stocks. So give me your take on that particular space, and where should Anga look to actually invest her money if yes, hospital is the right choice?
Oh, well, as we were just saying that the stocks have taken quite a beating, because of the recent announcement that come around, but some of them are starting to find support. So a couple of names that pop up. First is obviously Apollo Hospitals. The stock has, looks like it has made a firm base around the 6,000 level and rebounded from there. So I think that is one stock you can consider from a positional standpoint. The stop loss will remain the 6,000 level that we just spoke of. From there on, if the move does come around, then 63.50 and then 6,500 are the immediate levels that she can look at. Also, one more stock that we've been tracking and recommending quite regularly is Rainbow Children's Medicare. This stock too is taking support near its 200-day moving average. However, this is the first day of the bounce, so she does look to get into this. Start with a small quantity and add as the stock rises.
Right. Taking the next query then, and this query is coming in from Bharti Dave. And Vivek, what will be your advice coming in on Udaipur Cements? She says that she's a long-term investor, currently holding 6,000 shares, and her average price is 32 rupees and wants to accumulate up to 10,000 shares. Would you advise for it? And any view, any target price on the same?
Look at the valuations again when it comes to cement. Udaipur Cement looks quite pricey compared to other cement companies. So I would still prefer staying with companies like, say, Ambuja, or as a contrarian in this market, even Nuvoco Vistas, which is actually half the valuations of Udaipur Cements today. So I would prefer these two stocks in cement. See, what is going to happen is next 2-3 months, there is going to be lull period. I don't think the cement sale as such is going to be very, very aggressive. But post that, again, I think cement should start doing quite well. So, of course, Udaipur Cement comes from, it's a subsidiary of JK Cements, which is a good group again. But still, if you can convert, it will be more better.
All right. On that note, we'll actually slip into a break on this edition of Buy Now Sell Now. When we come back, we'll continue taking all of your stock-related query, viewers. So don't go anywhere.
Business loan की चिंता हम संभाल लेंगे with overdraft like benefits and no collateral up to 75 lakhs.
JG Chemicals Limited, the largest manufacturer of zinc oxides in India and among the top 10 manufacturers of zinc oxides globally, launches an initial public offering of equity shares of face value of 10 rupees each through the book building process with a price band of 210 rupees to 221 rupees per equity share. Bid offer opens on Tuesday 5th March and closes on Thursday 7th March 2024. For risk factors and more details, please refer to the RHP available on the websites of SEBI, PL and stock exchanges and the company.
देखो यार, जिंदगी का कोई भरोसा नहीं, पता नहीं कब फोटो पे हार चढ़ जाए और फैमिली का फ्यूचर, बच्चों की पढ़ाई खतरे में पड़ जाए। तो आज ही पॉलिसी बाजार से 1 करोड़ का टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस कराओ, सिर्फ 525 रुपए महीने से शुरू।
आपका बैंक सेविंग्स अकाउंट पे इंटरेस्ट देता है
3 महीने में एक बार।
मेरा एयू हर महीने। सोच बदलो और बैंक भी। एयू स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक, बदलाव हमसे है।
टिप चाहिए, पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, चलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा और मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ? सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
और ये धोनी की हुई जी
गजब ग्रिप कैसे?
SRMB जैसे।
SRMB TMT बार की विंग ग्रिप टेक्नोलॉजी सीमेंट के साथ बनाए मजबूत पकड़। ग्रिप इज इम्पोर्टेंट।
Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now Sell Now on ET Now. It is the second edition of the Women's Day special right here on the show. So let me take the queries then. And this one is coming in from Divya, who has a lot of stocks that she's mentioned. But let me at least stick to only 2 stocks so that I can accommodate some more queries, Divya. She wants to know about MOIL and CMS Info. She wants to buy these counters and are they worth buying for a 2-year time frame and what would be the right entry price? Vivek, let me come to you actually for this. MOIL and CMS Infosystems, both of them totally different sectors altogether. What's your take? You think both of them are a right buy at this price right now for a period of 2 years?
See, when it comes to MOIL, not at the right moment. Great company, the manganese oil will continue, that mining will continue doing well, and the valuation at this prices look a bit stretched because the stock has really gone up. So in any situation wherein you get some correction on dips, it would be a buy for long term. So not just don't go immediately. What I'll suggest is just do a staggered purchase over here. If you have 100 rupees, probably you can keep investing 20 rupees. So you'll get 5 opportunities to invest the money. When it comes to CMS Infosystem, see, it's into cash management system, and the way economy is going towards digital, long term, the businesses of such companies, there are a couple of other listed companies in this space, will only slow and steadily come down. They are not going to increase. Of course, this is a long-term process. I think it will take at least next 10 to 15 years for this to happen because a lot of cash is handled in tier 2 and tier 3 cities even now. So short term, it might do well, but longer term, I would stay away from business which wherein we know that it is going to be more and more digital going forward. So it would be avoid.
All right, that's an avoid coming in from Vivek. But Vivek, once again, I'm coming to you because the next query is coming in from Mahalakshmi. And the query is, which dividend stocks can she go ahead and buy for her parents who are senior citizens? So what will be your view on this and advice for her?
Very, very clear. Why do you come to equity markets? If you really want to earn only dividends of 5-6%, better invest in FD. Wherein you will, as a senior citizen, you will still get 7% even today. So that would be more safe because the dividend yield or the FD yield is going to be at least 6.5-7% when it comes to senior citizens. And if they're not in taxable bracket, the net gain itself is going to be 7%. You come to stock markets to make capital gains, not to earn dividends as such. And my belief is if companies are giving a lot of dividend, they are giving away the money because they don't have future, say, plans or future expectations, what they're going to do if they keep the money. So this is a wrong agenda, what you are asking for. I would suggest to go with a FD or a dividend yield fund maximum. Don't come to stock markets for earning that 5-6%.
Right, so that's the view coming in from Vivek, being very clear about what sort of strategy you should adopt. Let me take this next query then, and this one is coming in from Veena, who's writing to us from Bangalore. Happy Women's Day to you as well, Veena, in advance, and to all our viewers who are writing to us. 2,000 shares of Adani Power she has at a price of 335 rupees per share, and 2,000 shares of Tejas Networks at a price of around 420 rupees per share. She is a long-term investor. Can she look at churning these counters, or should she stay put with them, Kush? What's your take coming in on Adani Power as well as Tejas?
So both of these stocks, she can stay put. Now, ideally, what's happened is that Adani Power has seen a bit of a resistance at this very band of 570 to 580. But I think the way the prospects are shaping up, there is a possibility that this band could be taken out in the coming days, and the stock could move toward 600 and then 635, 640 kind of levels also. So Adani Power is just seeing a bit of a consolidation. Plus, we know what's happening with with the rest of the power stocks. So after a big bump up, it's only a matter of time that this starts to move again. So Adani Power is a hold. If she does want a positional stop loss, then I think 525 is a good stop loss to hold positionally. Tejas Networks, congratulations on a fab buy. Very good entry price. The stock has come off the highs, but here too we are seeing some sort of a consolidation kick in. 730 is a positional stop loss. My suggestion is hold on to this one as well. The stock could very well see 850 and then 900 plus levels in the coming months.
All right, moving on then, and the next query that we have is coming in from Rita from Kolkata, and her query is, let me come to you, Vivek, because she has written that keeping in mind the long-term prospects of the EV industry in India and the recent orders from IOCL and BPCL, is it good to invest in a stock named Servotech Power? What will be your advice in this one? I could make something of your expression, but please go on.
Yeah, given the fact that the stock has been in news of late, I'm sure that Vivek, that look on your face actually said it all, isn't it?
So first of all, be very, very clear. Whenever there is a boom, a new boom in some space or sector, you'll find horde of people, horde of companies coming into this space. But long term, how many of these companies are going to survive? How many of these companies are really going to do well? And 5 years later, 10 years later, will these companies be there? See, there are so many sectors and so many companies which have just vanished in the market, right? So, and earlier markets, there used to be trend that if EV is the latest space, there will be many companies which will start renaming themselves into EV. So, I would avoid such, say, bets. If you really want to gamble, if you're ready, okay, if I invest this X amount and if I lose that amount fully, I have no issues. That kind of amount you can invest. Otherwise, it's avoid.
That's a view coming in from Vivek, where clear avoid coming in for that particular counter. Let me take this next query, and this one is from Mr. Murli. Yes, Murli is writing on behalf of his wife, and his wife Usha is also written to us in the past actually. She's also an investor. So let me take Usha's query then today. Usha has wants to know, among the 3 listed entities, the rating listing entities, there's CRISIL, ICRA, CARE Ratings, which one is which one looks better for the next 1 year? And CARE and ICRA being local companies, will they have more opportunities to go? So given the fact she's asking for 1 year time frame, let me come to you, Kush, and let me ask you, which one do you think stands out on the charts at least?
So how about I rank them for her? Probably might help ease the option, or if she wants to split the funds into 2 of them. CRISIL for me would rank first, at the moment. Then comes CARE Ratings, and then ICRA. So that would be the pecking order. CRISIL's already done well. It's already given a breakout. I think it's on the verge of moving beyond 5200 kind of levels. So CRISIL is for those levels. From a near-term perspective, she could very well look at it from a year's perspective. About 5500 would be the target. Care ratings too, we're seeing a bit of consolidation, but here too, I think 1350 could be the next level that she could watch for. And ICRA, the strength is not so great. So if I were to invest in this space, I would actually invest in CRISIL and Care rating.
All right, on that note, we'll slip into a break on this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. When we come back, we will open the floor to taking all of the queries. And yes, don't worry, women investors who are writing to us. We will be taking your queries as well, but we slip into a break and we'll be back soon.
Welcome back to Buy Now Sell Now show, where we get you answers for all your stock related queries, and now we are opening the floor for all the gentlemen out there as well. And the next query that I have is coming in from a viewer named Imran, and Imran has written to us on Campus Activewear. And Kush, he wants to know that can he go ahead and buy Campus Activewear at this point in time for the next 6 to 12 months, and if not at the current levels, then any entry price point you could help him with.
So it sounds like he's looking for a fresh entry in this stock. So my suggestion would be to hold up. The stock has made a base around the 238, 240 kind of levels, but the up move hasn't really been as convincing over the last 2 weeks either. I think for now, avoid this. Probably a steady level could come in at about 220 kind of zones, but there too it remains to be seen whether the stock does actually take support and does it actually show any kind of rebound. So I will not suggest a fresh entry here. Perhaps 220, and that too with the condition that the stock does hold on to that level and attempts a rebound for at least a couple of sessions and moves closer to the 20-day moving average. Perhaps then we'll probably start considering, but not at the current juncture.
This one is coming from Anuradha. She's writing to us from Mumbai. For you, Vivek. She has 400 shares of Camlin Fine, bought at 77 rupees per share. She's a long-term investor holding this stock for over 5 years now. She wants to know, can she hold on to this one for the next 2 to 3 years, or should she actually look to something else or other names like an Archean Chemical, or for the matter of fact, Orient Carbon in the specialty chemical space?
I think you can continue holding Camlin Fine also. And overall, generally what happens is the whole sector as such has done very bad. It was doing great, and then last 2-3 years it's into lull phase. So it's a cyclical sector, and chemical and specialty chemicals have not been doing well. So what happens is when you hold a stock, you find that this is underperformed. But when you look at other stocks, you think that okay, they because you have not felt that pain, you think, can I just shift? Camlin looks fine at these prices, and I think there is some traction which is seen in the specialty chemicals right now. Will it last? I don't know, but we'll have to wait and watch. And it is overdue that the whole sector bounces back. So Camlin looks fine. Just continue holding.
Okay, so as of now, Camlin looks fine to Vivek, but moving on then, and the next query that we have is coming in from Ravi from Mumbai. And Vivek, this one is specifically for you. He's requesting you for a better bet between AU Small Finance Bank, Bandhan Bank and Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, where he can go ahead and make a fresh investment. Any of the stock that you like amongst the three, and he can continue holding it, but his investment is for the next 3 to 4 months. So what will we advise?
Again, 3 to 4 months is quite a smaller period if you really want to invest in markets as such. If you're not a trader, if you're an investor, it's a very, very small period. Now, if you really, again, want to invest in a bank still for 3 to 4 months, I think you should avoid all these three. Among these three, I would prefer Bandhan. But still, I would still go with HDFC Bank at these levels, because that looks more... say the downside protection looks more over there, and hence even say next 2-3 months some event happens, at least your capital can remain protected. So what you should do is you should go with HDFC Bank, and if you're really very particular that I want small rate share, then at 196, 197, Bandhan looks better than the other.
All right, this one is coming from our viewer Sayak, who's writing to us from Bangalore, he has he actually wants to know whether it's right time to invest in a small cap NBFC companies, Kush. And the companies that he's mentioned is Paisalo Digital and the other one being Choice International. He wants to know for the long term, but his long term investment horizon is just 12 to 18 months. What's your take?
How definitions change, right?
Yeah, exactly, absolutely. For him, maybe that's the long term, but yes, ideally, that is not the long term investment time horizon. Vivek would be the right person to tell you what a long term time horizon would be. But nevertheless, given that he feels this is the long term, do you think it's a right time to look at these small cap NBFC counters as a whole?
Vivek's already grinning, by the way. He's already mentioned how everyone should come in for a longer term into the equity
Absolutely.
markets. He doesn't want to repeat himself, I suppose. So I'll do it for him. A business doesn't turn around in, a year or maybe a little just over. But fair enough. And everyone's got their own time horizons, and we respect that. Pesalo has been on our radar for some time. The stock was actually consolidating for a long time before it just gave, this sort of a breakout. I think this is a good time to perhaps consider some allocation towards it. As I said, it has been on our radar for some time, and I know now off late, if you see, has given some stellar move. From here on, also we think that the upside in the stock could continue. I think 235 to about 250 is the range that I will look at for this stock for the next 12 to 18 months. A strong support zone comes in at about 170 kind of level, so I'll hold on to this, or with the with the levels given, I'll also consider a fresh entry. Choice 2 has run up well, but if I see, showing some signs of topping out, so I might want to be a little cautious here. So between the two, for me, Pesalo would be the stock to, park my funds in.
All right, moving on to the next query then. And the next query that I have is on Tanla Platforms. Vivek, what will be your advice in this one? The viewer didn't mention his name. Okay, the viewer is Radhika. I could see the name on her WhatsApp profile. She's holding Tanla Platforms from a price of 1,049 rupees at a mild loss in this one. But will that be a hold or sell?
Shrishti, coming back to this long term, I remember an incident. Quickly, I'll just wrap it up in 30 seconds. I was doing a seminar maybe a couple of years back with CDSL and BSC in a small town called Salem in Tamil Nadu. And one investor got up and said, "Sir, I'm a long-term trader, intraday trader." I said, "What is that?" "Sir, I buy at 10 o'clock and sell at 3:30. So he's a long-term intraday trader. So definitions have been changed. And anyway, see, coming to Tanla, company looks good at these levels. It's been, I should say, from top, it has even corrected. At this levels, debt-free company, the profits, return on equity has been good over last many years. And the mobile segment and the digital segment will continue doing good for this company. So hold it on. You should, if you're at loss, you will get back your price. And I think longer term, it looks good.
After this, Vivek, I'm surely signing you up for the next few editions of BNS and Pathshala, so that I guess people should also understand what does it mean to fundamentally analyze a company, isn't it? I think that's very crucial also, and also be sure and be clear what is a long-term time horizon and what's a short-term trading bet actually. In fact, talk about trading bet, let me come to you. Kush, this next one is coming in from Vivek's namesake. His also name is Vivek. He wants a recommendation of 2 to 3 good stocks, very, very good stocks according to you that he can actually look to invest in. But his investment time horizon is about, for 3 to 5 years. Sorry, Vivek, this has to come to you, isn't it?
Okay. Now you are talking about fundamental analysis. I'll tell you, things and the time has changed so fast. And nowadays, earlier, maybe 20 years back, if there was some fire in a factory or something, we used to get information only, say, a day later through the newspapers. And by then, everything was over. So this was the case. But nowadays, that's not the case. The second something happens, everybody has 1,000 Telegram channels, everybody has 1,000 WhatsApp channels, and news keeps flowing. So a lot of moving parts while analyzing a company, and it becomes very, very difficult, and it's a learning phase even for us every day. So why I'm telling this is, I I can have name 10 companies, but what would happen is you got to keep analyzing it over, say, every quarter at least, 3 months, or at least 6 months once. So if I say buy for 5 years, I never know. After 2 years, I might myself sell the company, or maybe company also vanishes. That also can happen. So I would suggest, if you don't, if you cannot analyze, then go with the mutual fund. And in the beginning of the show, we were talking about hospital segment. I think the healthcare services fund as a sectoral fund should do really well over next 5 years. And rest, the fund manager will take call. And I'm sure you will make at least 18% CAGR in a hospital sector fund. So do that. That will be the best option for now.
That's the advice coming in for the investor. But with this, viewers, it's time to slip into a very short break. But before that,
All right, welcome back. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now on ET Now. With that, let's kickstart with the rapid fire. Then we have Vivek as well as Kush, and I hope you all are geared up for a quick rapid fire. Then, and the first one is coming in from Rajiv. And he wants to know about Kansai Nerolac. He wants to buy this counter and hold for the next 5 years. Do you think it makes sense, Vivek?
Hold.
All right. Let me take the next one then. And this one is coming in from Sushila and wants to know about right entry price for Ireda shares. Kush?
Well, limited data, but I would suggest, somewhere close to 130, 135 kind of zone she could look at.
All right, the next one is coming in from Debashish, who's writing to us from Kolkata, wants to know about Canara Bank. Vivek, 461 rupees is the buy price. Considering the proposal for a split, is it good time to buy some more for a period of 2 to 3 years?
Surely buy more.
All right, this one is coming in from Chandrakala, who's writing to us from Andhra Pradesh, wants to know whether it makes sense to buy Usha Martin for the long term right now. Vivek?
Usha Martin, yes, you can buy.
All right, the next query that I have is coming from Arvind Reddy. L&T Finance 200 shares at a price of 110 rupees per share. Time to book profits or stay put with this one, Kush?
No, he can stay put. I think a strong stop loss comes in at about 148 kind of levels. Hold for targets of 175 and higher.
All right, this one is coming from Neelam from Jaipur. Voltas at 855, Eddington at 116 rupees per share. Wants to know about the stock for the next 3 to 6 months. She's making profit. Should she look to sell because of the downturn in the stocks? Kush?
As far as Voltas goes, the stock is in a recovery mode. I think she can hold on with a trailing stop loss. I think 1050 is a good level. Hold for targets of 1150 and higher. Reddington 2 is showing signs of revival, recovery. So I think this can also be held for a little longer. A stop loss at 195 and hold for targets of 225 and higher.
All right. Lastly, Vivek Thomas from Chennai wants to know right time to buy some of Hindustan Aeronauticals in his portfolio.
For long term, yes, you can buy.
All right, with that, we come to the end of this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. Thank you so much, Vivek, as well as Kush, for joining us on the show. Also want to thank all the women behind the scenes when it comes to Buy Now, Sell Now. You'll be very happy to know this is a women-led show altogether. So it's a goodbye from my producer, Boski, Somashri, as well as Ruchira, who are the producers, Giselle, who is our guest coordinator, as well as Shristi and myself. But before we wind down, for the past few weeks, ET Now and ET Now Swadesh aired a special series titled Small Giants, MSMEs in the Spotlight, powered by YouGrow Capital. The series has highlighted the pivotal role of MSMEs in driving India's economic growth and the collaborative effort of government, banks, fintechs and other stakeholders, this in empowering this crucial sector. So on March 9th, we are organizing a special ground event celebrating the conclusion of the series and spotlighting the instrumental role that MSMEs are playing in the growth of the country's economy. So stay tuned to the channel for more regular updates on the same.